Okay, so have you ever thought about like yoga retreats?
Yeah,
We're going to do a deep dive on that
I
today.
too.
Um, I feel like everyone's maybe a little curious about them, or maybe they've considered it, or maybe they're just, looking to learn a little more.
Right.
So we found this really cool piece about all the unique benefits of yoga retreats. And we're
Yeah.
going to kind of see what the hype is all about.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, One thing that I thought was really interesting is that, when we think about yoga, we often think about like physical flexibility, right?
Yeah.
But this piece is really emphasizing like the holistic well-being. It's
Mhm.
really like a mind and body experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that's so appealing about the retreat setting is that it really facilitates that, right?
Right.
Like you're able to really kind of go all in and focus on both the physical and the mental aspects of the practice.
Yeah, I like that. And it kind of goes into the next thing that I was going to bring up is this whole idea of like practicing yoga in a serene environment.
Well, yeah.
They're talking about like being surrounded by nature and fresh air and all that good stuff.
Right.
And I'm already feeling more relaxed just like thinking about it.
Yeah.
But like, is there actual science behind that, like behind this whole nature fix, or is it just like,
No,
you know,
absolutely.
nice thing to do?
Yeah, there's a ton of research that shows that spending time in nature can lower cortisol levels, which is your body's like stress hormone.
Oh,
There's even research that shows that being exposed to nature can actually increase activity in the parts of the brain that are associated with calmness and emotional regulation.
wow.
So it's not just like a feel-good thing, it's like an actual neurological shift.
That's so fascinating. I've always felt like more at ease when I'm like outdoors,
Yeah,
but I never knew like there was actual science to back it up.
yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And speaking of like connecting with things that make you feel good, this piece also talks about like the community aspect of retreats, like meeting like-minded people from all walks of life. And that totally reminds me of this one time that I went to this meditation workshop and I ended up having this like deep conversation with this marine biologist
Oh, wow.
about we had such different backgrounds, but there was like this instant connection because we both had this interest in like mindfulness.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's a great example of how retreats can really foster that sense of belonging.
Yeah.
It's not just about the yoga, it's about the shared experience,
Hmm.
and the connections you make with people who are kind of on a similar journey. And those connections often extend far beyond the retreat itself.
That's so true. Okay, so now let's get into like the actual nitty-gritty of the practice.
Okay.
This source talks about how retreats can really like intensify your focus on asanas.
Yes,
Like the yoga postures that we
right.
all like love and struggle with sometimes.
Absolutely.
I'll be the first to admit, like I find it hard to like maintain a consistent practice at home.
Yeah, I think we've all been there. Yeah.
But that's what's so great about a retreat is that it gives you the structure and the dedicated time to really deepen your practice. You're away from distractions, you're immersed in this environment, and you're really able to kind of push your boundaries in a way that's often difficult to achieve at home.
Yeah, and it's almost like you're giving yourself permission to like really go for it.
Right.
Because you're in this like supportive environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Think about like a challenging pose like Sirsasana, like headstand.
Okay. Yeah.
In a retreat setting, you have the expert guidance, you have the supportive community, and you have like ample time to work towards it,
Yeah.
which can really lead to breakthroughs that might have felt impossible before.
That makes total sense. And that actually kind of ties into something else that the source talks about is like that feeling of relaxation and rejuvenation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just the physical practice.
Right.
There's like other elements that contribute to that. Absolutely. A lot of retreats prioritize like healthy, nourishing food, often locally sourced and prepared mindfully. And then there's the digital detox aspect,
Oh, yeah.
which, let's face it, can be a game changer in today's like hyper-connected world.
Yeah.
There's tons of studies that show that constant digital stimulation can lead to like mental fatigue and anxiety and sleep disturbances.
Wow.
So by disconnecting, even for just like a short period,
Yeah.
you're giving your brain a chance to reset and recharge.
I'm really intrigued by that idea of like unplugging. Like I love staying connected,
Right.
but there's
Yeah.
definitely a part of me that like craves a break from all the notifications and like, the information overload.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think that's where the beauty of a retreat lies. It allows you to kind of step away from the chaos of everyday life
Mhm.
and reconnect with yourself on a deeper level.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're all kind of searching for in some way.
Absolutely.
So I feel like we've really like explored a lot here. Like we've talked about the holistic benefits of yoga,
Yeah.
the immersive environment of a retreat, and that potential for relaxation and rejuvenation.
Hmm.
It's almost like hitting the reset button on life,
It is.
but with the added bonus of like strengthening your body and mind.
Exactly.
So maybe, as we're wrapping up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I would encourage you to think about like, what's your own relationship with yoga and with well-being?
Hmm.
And does this type of immersive experience kind of align with your goals?
That's a great question.
And maybe one final thought is, what aspect of a retreat is calling to you the most right now? Is
Yeah.
it disconnecting from technology? Is it like deepening your practice?
Yeah.
Is it connecting with other people?
Right.
Like, what is it and why?
That's a great question to reflect on.
Yeah, so much to think about.
Indeed.
But we'll leave it there for now.
Sounds good.
Until next time.
All right.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.